My name is Greg Girard. I'm a photographer. I lived in Hong Kong from 1982 to 1998. And during that time, I photographed the Kowloon Walled City. I first came across the Kowloon Walled City in 1985 when I was photographing Kai Tak Airport at night. And so I was looking for a place to do that. And I came around a corner, and at the end of the block, there was this huge building thing. It looked like many buildings stuck together. It took a second or two, but then I realized that had to be the Kowloon Walled City, which I'd heard about, but I didn't know anybody who'd ever been there or had seen it. As I entered one of those first alleys through the low buildings, you could sense some kind of hostility to an outsider, especially I was carrying a tripod and cameras. Things got quite a bit easier when the announcement was made that the British and Chinese governments had decided that the walled city be torn down. And after that, it actually got quite a bit easier to photograph because people seemed to instinctively understand that I was there to make a record of the place before it was demolished. And I decided early on I didn't want to photograph the place in a kind of gritty black and white style to make it look worse than it was. I really wanted to just photograph it the way it was, in color. So little by little, I started doing that in late 86, early 1987. Moving around, making pictures in some of these environments like the barbecue meat factories or the food workshops. During the summer, it's quite hot and sticky and sweaty in Hong Kong generally, and all that is magnified in the walled city. So at the end of a day or an afternoon doing that, it was something of a relief to, climb the 13 or 14 floors up to the rooftop. I probably ended most of my days up there just to have a look at the planes going by and make some pictures of that. I saw a Cathay Pacific stewardess got out of a taxi on Tung Tau Chun Street, and she walked into the walled city down one of the alleys. I raced to try to find her. I went down the alley she entered, and I got there and I couldn't see her. And it was really the one picture I wanted to make in the walled city that I never could. The walled city had this reputation as being a very dangerous, threatening slum. This was true, I guess, through the 50s, 60s, and 70s. But by the time I started going to the walled city and photographing there in the 1980s, that was no longer true. I mean, if anything, the walled city felt like this slightly strange village in terms of its physicality, this very problematic footprint, certainly not threatening like its reputation would have it.